let's cross over still on the Ablekuma North parliamentary rerun, but now we want to talk to a political analyst. And as voters in Ablekuma North prepare for tomorrow's rerun election, political observers are closely watching how the outcome could shape the constituency's representation and influence party dynamics. To help us understand the implications, we are joined on the telephone lines by a political analyst, Mr. Kojo Addo, a governance and political analyst with Social Watch Africa, to share insights on the processes and expectations. Good afternoon, sir. Thank you so much for joining us on News Hour.
Good afternoon, sir. Cool.
Sir, what do you see as the main factors driving voter sentiment ahead of the parliamentary rerun?
I believe that specifically it has to do with numerical strength in parliament. One, whether a political party becomes a majority or a minority. Two, is to also signify the fact that the popularity, the development that a particular political party has undertaken within a constituency. And then also, three, reaffirm the leadership qualities of that political party within that constituency. And if by extension, therefore, it also gives room for the sort of opportunities that various key stakeholders within the constituency stand to gain when a political party or a candidate wins an election within a constituency. So
how do you make of the NPP's participation? First, they said they were not, the party executive said they won't contest. Then today, we're hearing from the parliamentary candidate, Nana Efriye, saying that she will contest, and her friends and supporters too just held a press conference a while ago confirming that indeed she's going to contest tomorrow's parliamentary rerun. What is this all about, to contest or not to contest?
So, I believe that these are fallouts from the NPP's loss for the general election in 2024. However, I am calling on the leadership of the New Patriotic Party to get their acts together, most especially the General Secretary and now the acting chairman, together with all the constituency and regional chairmen, to be able to sing from the same tune and then also come up with something that sits well with their followers, something that sits well with their financiers, something that sits well with their sympathizers, to be able to whip up the momentum and the confidence back within the political party. The divisiveness at the top hierarchy, the jostle for power, individual power, and recognition, whether financial strength or otherwise, is really hurting the party. So they should sing the same tune. I would have loved that, proud to the National Executive coming out to declare that they were not interested in contesting. They would have sought the opinion of the constituency leadership and even the candidate herself, because you know very well that Seroko, this is a person who by herself would have invested a lot. And you know the landscape, political landscape in Ghana is that people win elections to be able to also get a little bit of comfort, financial comfort, and then opportunities as well too. So did they seek her consent? Did they seek her followers' consent? Did they really go on the grounds to the constituency to find out from the party faithfuls and sympathizers if indeed they really want to go into it? And what did they weigh? What did they come up with? Or they sat at the national head office and then made that hasty decision or conclusion just because they felt that the EC and then by extension the court was not in their favor. I believe that it was a hasty decision. But then again, the fan base and then a cross-section of the executives and the constituents, their statement, they are on the grounds. Their statement really carries a lot of weight.
Sure.
But would it affect the turnout? Would it also affect the popularity or otherwise of the rerun? You could see that Brian Champon, who is pushing his way through for the flag bearership and the top leadership, has given an amount of money to the candidate herself, Nana Kuya, and then also a little over $6,000 to coordinators and polling station executives. This clearly indicates that the top leadership is on one side, candidates are on the other side, executives are also on the other side. It doesn't augur well,
Sure. So what impact could this rerun have on the credibility of the Electoral Commission?
Well, I believe that the Electoral Commission has also not really done its best and reposing confidence, especially within the electorate, in the sense that, we look at even the electronic transmitting of results from polling stations to the coalition centers needs to be looked at, because we're in a technology world where people should be able to trust the system and use a fast pace. Transportation of ballot papers and ballot boxes after the election, I believe that the Electoral Commission has focused over these years on the election process, the day of the election. When the elections are over, I've been to a lot of polling stations, and it is the vigilance of the security persons and then even the party representatives at the polling station is at the time when the election results are declared at the polling station. Thereafter, many of them do not really care about the ballot boxes of transporting the ballot boxes to the coalition centers. So it is time we look at whether we want to face out even the coalition centers at the constituency level, so that at least even straight from the polling station, we will be able to get it at the regional level to cut off that and then all these sort of insecurities that surround it. Then also, the Electoral Commission is supposed to take security and work with the Ghana Police Service very well and do away with the Ghana Fire Service, the immigration officers that is sent to these polling stations who are not trained for such combat and probably will not be able to foment any sort of violence. Because when you see the Ghana Police Service, when you see the Ghana Armed Forces over there, it sends some shivers down your spines. But however, I am saying that it's based on social research that I've conducted, that when people see fire service persons, when people see immigration officers with their batons, it doesn't send any fear to them. But when they see the army, when they see the police, I think sometimes they restrain themselves on certain things that they want to do.
Okay. So on this basis, what measures should stakeholders take to ensure peace during and after voting?
I believe that sensitization is very, very key. We need to educate the electorate as to what purpose they are at the police stations to do. When you do it, you are gone, you go back to. Then security is also very important. Then also the reps of the various political parties, the sort of results that they transmit from the polling station is very, very key. Then the ultimate responsibility lies on the Electoral Commission, i.e. the mechanisms that they are able to put in place. I am calling for electronic transmitting of results straight from the polling station to the regional headquarters of the Electoral Commission. Let us do away with the constituency level. By the time that it gets to the regional level, then they are able to declare the parliamentary results from the regional level, and all constituencies within every region, everyone is going to know. I feel that the steps are too many, so it makes people so eager and agitated. And when it goes to the region, can you imagine someone in one constituency traveling to the regional headquarters? It's not going to be very possible. So it reduces the tension and makes more time for them to be able to collate the results in a fair manner. I believe these are some of the few steps, Seriko.
So in your view, how might the outcome of this parliamentary rerun influence national politics going forward?
Well, one, it is going to tell Ghanaians if indeed the NPP still holds Ablekuma North as a strong, constituency or a stronghold, if it has a grasp of it, or for the past few months that we finished with the 2024 December elections, people's confidence within the party, especially with the issues that have happened, has eroded. So they want to repose confidence within the NDC, and then how attractive the NDC has also become. And then on the broader context, it also gives us an idea about how people are supposed to be vigilant on elections day and not to be able to take things for granted because they feel that, oh, this constituency is my stronghold, so regardless of anything, I'm going to win. It is also going to put people on the edge. And security, it's also supposed to be tightened. It's a lesson for all, because the arson incidents that took place where people went to burn the school over there in Kwashima gives a clear indication of the kind of persons that we are dealing with when it has to do with elections.
Sure. Thank you very much, Mr. Siama, for your comments. Well, we've been speaking to a political analyst, Mr. Kojo Isiama Addo, and he's been sharing his thoughts on tomorrow's parliamentary rerun scheduled to take place at the Ablekuma North tomorrow.